Welcome to the second C# tutorial in the C# tutorial series. In this tutorial, we're going to learn about if statements. If statements basically allow you to execute certain lines of code only if a condition is met. For example, this if statement says that if the age, basically an age variable, is more than or equals to 18, a constant, and then the code in between these two curly brackets will actually execute. For example, here it says message box show, which basically means that it's going to show a message box and a string saying that a person is above 18. So basically, in this application is actually basically an age verification application, which I've created to show to actually teach about if statements. So basically, what it does is that it takes in a birth date, and when a user clicks on verify, it's going to verify through simple calculation whether or not if a person is above 16, above 18, or below 16. So here we go. When a person clicks on verify, the first thing we will do is to calculate his or her age and store it in an int variable. Sorry, basically int age equals to the current year minus the year inputted into the datetime picker, which is basically a special component allowing you to actually accept only date values rather than a text box. So basically, if the age is more than or equals to 18, then this line of code will execute. Well, basically just saying that a person is above 18. Then we actually go on to else if. Else means that if this condition is not met, then we are going to run this. So basically, if this condition is already met, then it won't run this, because why? This is an else. If you want this condition to run also, regardless of whether or not this is true or false, just have to create a new if statement. Or else you just write that else if, which means that it's an alternative basically. So as you can see here, else if age is more than or equals to 16, then a message box will pop up saying that the person is above 16 and ask parental permission. Ask for parental permission, I'm sorry. And then here's an else, and there's no if. Basically, it's a catch-all else, basically designed to say that if any of the conditions above here are not met, then we're gonna drop down to this. This basically it's gonna drop to here only if the condition from the last if statement is not met. Let's say for example here, if age is more than or equals to 18 and if age is more than or equals to 16 are not met, then it's gonna run this. But if I actually say if a person age is not less than 50, it won't go here because this is a separate block by itself. So basically, what it does, it will just show a message box saying that the user is below 16. Now let us just try this application. Here we go. So I'm going to type in 2010, which is basically meaning that the person is 1 year old and you're below 16, obviously. Now let's just try 1996. You're below 16, I'm sorry, hold on. 1995. Yes, you are above 16. You can ask for parental permission. And let's just put 1975. You are above 18 and can proceed to watch this movie. So basically, this is how simple if statements are, and most likely you'll be using if statements mostly in your code, and when mostly in your code you would actually use if statements. So that's all for this tutorial, and we'll see you also next time for the third part of the tutorial, whereby I'm gonna go through functions and more functions. Thank you and goodbye.